All this happened within the tower? Gods preserve. The rift that manifested before the throne was a void gate. Of this I am certain. There exist myriad kinds of void scent. The more powerful the being, the larger the gate must be for it to pass through. It would seem that Xandi sought to open a gate of unprecedented proportions, one that would allow this cloud of darkness entry into our world. Fortunately for all mankind, he did not succeed. I shudder to imagine what this void scent is capable of. However dreadful it may be, we cannot abandon our friends. Is there no way to save them? I will not lie to you, Master Garland, the situation is bleak. Though void scent can enter our world, instances of men entering the void have never been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears, but we do not even know whether our friends still live. Damn it, I feel so helpless. No, I refuse to give up. We must save Daga and Unai. We share the same eye, 'tis true, but that is not what motivates me. Above all, I wish to help them fulfill their mission, a mission whose burden they have borne for thousands of years. And besides, we cannot leave matters as they are. So long as Xandi's Dark Covenant is binding, our world is in danger. It is our duty to prevent the worst from coming to pass. Graha, ever since meeting Unai and Daga, you have not quite been yourself. Tell me true, is all well with your eye? I honestly cannot say. I know only that there is a memory that I must recall. As a child, my father told me that the truth of our eye rests with Alec. The answer eludes me still, but one day I will find it. I am with Graha. However slim the odds, we must try to save Unai and Daga. Aye, and that bastard Nero as well, if only to make certain that he won't make any more mischief. You have the right of it. Though we have known them but briefly, Daga and Unai are our comrades. We cannot fail them. I shall consult experts and literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned. Yet, know that it may be a while before we are ready to act. I would ask that you all be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray, rest now while you can, for when the time comes to go after our friends, you must be at no less than full strength. We'll save them yet, Sophie, mark my words. Ah, Sophie, it is good you are come. I have news you must be made aware of. Alas, none of it bodes well for us, nor for Unai, Daga, and Nero imprisoned in the Dark Realm. Think back upon our last foray into Sycris Tower, if you will. The calamity stirred the place from its long slumber and awoke Emperor Xandi. But you, Sophie, you ensured he was laid to rest permanently. I did that, I did. Yet the Emperor has sealed a binding covenant with the terrible void scent known as the Cloud of Darkness. Even as Daga and Unai labored to annul his contract, the entity reached through a rift and dragged the pair of them and Nero out of our realm. Since that day, Noah has devoted itself to rescuing Unai, Daga, and Nero from beyond the rift. Our research, however, has exposed a far more dire problem. The Crystal Tower still acts upon Emperor Xandi's orders, and collects energy to open another void gate even as we speak. Indeed, the place nigh hums with energy. We have done all we can to stop the Imperial Edict, but to no avail. Just as the gate would only open for Unai and Daga, so too will the tower heed only those with the royal blood of Aleg. 'Tis a most galling design, granted. This was not always so vexatious, according to the Allegan tombstone Nero presented us. During the Golden Age of Aleg, the royalty had some means of bestowing their blood upon others. If they hadn't such a technology, Aemon and his underlings could never have controlled the Crystal Tower. But we do not have either this art or any with royal blood. Every moment we wait, the vast rift through which the cloud of darkness can enter our realm threatens to open. Such a disaster cannot be allowed to come to pass. We must seal the Crystal Tower and annul Xandi's covenant with the Dark Realm. If only breaking the ladder would suffice, but then what of the energy building in the Crystal Tower? Without suppression, that power could discharge and cause a calamity like to the one that destroyed Aleg. In truth, we have more than just 3 lost compatriots to worry about. If we do not act, our very world will fall before the might of this threat. How do I keep getting myself in these situations? We know but one way out of this predicament. Rescue those who can control the tower from beyond the Dark Realm, and seal the rift shut after them. And, mercilessly, not all of our news is quite so bleak. 'Tis true we cannot stop the Void Gate from manifesting within the tower, but this can be to our benefit. We can use Sikar's power for our own purpose and create a portal to carry us into the Dark Realm. We have heard this is possible from a man of the Thaumaturge Guild, well versed in otherworldly matters, and with Master Garland working to create said portal, the final preparations are well underway. Ah, and here comes the man himself. Sophie, just the woman we need. Yes, our fellowship is indeed complete, and all parties privy to our strategy. And you, Master Garland, how fare your endeavors? Quite well. The device is nearly ready, though attaching the damnable thing to the Sikar's tower took every ounce of ingenuity the Ironworks has got, but it should produce the energy we need. With just a little more fine-tuning, we can open a rift. I'm here to request your presence at the tower. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge at the 8 Sentinels as guides. And do hurry, Sophie. I'm sure you wouldn't miss another chance to save the world, would you? How do I keep getting myself in these situations? Well, Sid certainly seems to have a firm hand on the helm. Shall we make our way to the Crystal Tower? My friends, you've arrived. I'm just waiting for my engineers to give the signal. Then we'll see if we can open a gateway to another world. Is there something amiss, Graha? Ah, Emperor Zonde's throne. How the mighty have fallen, eh? Once it stood as a symbol of Aleg's art and power, now it's nothing more than an empty chair. Just imagine, if Aleg's civilization had lived on, and a just emperor still sat on that throne, how different would our history be? How much further would we have advanced? Unfortunately, there was no stopping Zandy in his ambition. There were those who tried. Zandy's war of domination left no one unscathed. Unable to abide the horrors inflicted upon the people, warriors young and brave took up the sword against Alig. These men and women became as beacons of hope to those who had suffered, not unlike the warriors of light in our age. But all this merely hastened the destruction. Just as they moved towards Alig's heart for the kill, Zandy lashed out in anger and frustration, as trapped beasts are wont to do. In his desperation, Zandy desired that a great rift be opened to hasten the cloud of darkness coming. To this end, he commanded the sun's power held within Dalamad be emptied into Sycris Tower at once. The act bore terrible consequences. The tower only withstood the blast by flooding the land below with energy. Sycris was swallowed by the very earth upon which it once stood. The fourth umbral calamity. I had learned of its cause from Unai and Daga. I had no idea that rebellion incited Zandy to rashness, though. Your knowledge of Alig history is astounding, Graha. Why, a man could study for 2 lifetimes and only learn half of what you know. Mayhap. 'Tis strange, though. I cannot seem to remember where I learned such things. Yes? Biggs, are you ready? Ready and raring to open up that void gate, Chief. We reckon when this machine's up and running, she'll be able to float 5 airships the size of the Agrius. So just give us the word and we'll start channeling energy into the tower. Good, then let's get started. Our preparations are complete. Everyone, step away from the throne. All right, let's see what this machine can do. Now, Biggs. A rift to the world of darkness, as Unai called it. Splendid work, Master Garland. We can't break out of the mead just yet. The tough part's still ahead. We've broken into the Dark Realm, but the gate's not all that stable. It won't stay open forever, and only a few can use it. I, for one, will remain here to ensure the Void Gate stays open. As will the Sons of St. Koinok. This rift is our sole path to salvation. If it closes, we are all truly lost. Which leaves Sophie. How do I keep getting in these situations? My friend, 'tis a heavy burden I must task with you, but there are none more able. Pray, lead the adventurers beyond the rift. I do not know what awaits you, save the cloud of darkness and our 3 comrades. But you must go, for the fate of our world now rests upon your shoulders. This is our only gambit, but I have every faith you will succeed. It will be no small feat to return after you have passed through the rift. Make certain you are prepared before leaving. Can't we chuck Thancred in there instead? I mean, do I really have to go into a void realm with the gate that may not stay open? Might I have a moment of your time, Sophie? There is a matter of import we must needs discuss ere you leave. I'd rather throw Thancred in first. See what he can do. I mean, he was an Ascian for a while. I'm sure he can do it. Sophie, I wish to speak to you about my eye. As you are no doubt aware, 'tis a trait seen only amongst Allegan royalty. Long have I pondered why such is my inheritance. The sanguine you must have some bearing upon my destiny. This much Daga himself admitted. But what? In truth, the more I learn of the Crystal Tower, the less I am myself. Somehow, meeting those two clones has wrought great change in me. I am consumed with remembering something ancient but ever so important. And my father's words echo in my mind, the self-same ones his father told him. The truth of our eye rests with Alec. Mayhap what I wish to remember and those words are related. Mayhap not, but I know I must learn the truth that history hides from me. I would see this journey, our journey, through to the very end with mine own two eyes, and particularly the one that's Alec. So I implore you, allow me to join you beyond the rift. Okay. You have my thanks, my friend. Now, let us venture into the world of darkness, to save our comrades and our realm.
Trying to fix this, but